Hey everyone, I'm going to try to keep this short and sweet and not make it sound too much like a rant, even though that's really what it is. And it's when non-wrestling fans, or anyone in general actually, it doesn't have to be a non-wrestling fan, but when anyone uses the F word to describe wrestling, and of course I'm talking about fake. This stems from a conversation I overheard recently and kind of injected myself into as well, but of course when you're dealing with hard-headed people that are set in their ways, you're not going to change their minds. And this video is not either. I'm just felt the need to kind of rant or throw out my 1, 2, 3 cents as it is to the public out there. I just cannot stand the use of the word fake because really, yeah, we know as wrestling fans that the business is predetermined, and you know the moves that are going on in the ring are meant to not necessarily inflict pain and punishment, but to tell a story, to paint a picture, to you know, in some ways be a form of art for people. And I really do believe that. You know, wrestling, I've been watching it for 30 years now. I remember when John Stossel asked Dr. D. David Schultz if wrestling was fake and what happened to him. Now, while that might be to the extreme, I don't necessarily condone proving it that way that it's not fake. I do believe that people do need to know, the general public needs to know, that the men and women in this business, in this sport, and I know a lot of people don't use the word sport to describe it, but they are hardworking, dedicated athletes who, in most cases, are in top physical shape than any other sport out there. They are on the road constantly. The independent wrestlers that you see jumping from town to town, the big superstars in WWE, TNA, they are on the road daily, weekly, you know, traveling city to city, traveling country to country, going out there, putting their lives on the line, putting their bodies on the line for us. And, you know, they do get hurt. Tyson Kidd, the most recent example, he's going to be out 10 to 12 months due to his injuries. And we wish him a speedy recovery. But you look at guys whose careers were cut short. Edge, 37, 38 years old, won't be wrestling anymore because of his neck. You look at guys like Owen Hart, who died in the ring, a freak accident. But these things are real. This business is real. The broken bones are real. The funerals are real. You know, to a lesser extent, and I can kind of speak from experience, and I'm not by any means putting myself in that same category, but 1 year ago I had my one and only wrestling match, and I was so extremely sore, and my chest was red and welted from the chops that I took. And again, I'm not comparing myself to a professional wrestler by any means, but it is a physically taxing thing to do, to get in there and do that. And yeah, they may know who's going to win, and they may decide who's going to be the champion, but to get to that point takes a lot of physicality. So before you go on and say that wrestling isn't real, that it's fake, you know, keep those things in mind. And, you know, I don't sit there and spoil movies for people saying, well, that's not real, that's fake. Arnold Schwarzenegger really isn't killing all those people in the Terminator movie. You know, so that's kind of my argument. I know I've kind of rambled on here, and I apologize for that. Thanks for watching, and don't forget to subscribe to my 1, 2, 3 cents.